everybody, so I am finished with my 2 squads of jet bikes. This has been, I know I complain a lot, this has been a little bit of a piddly project for me. Part of it was I was waiting on paint for 3 weeks. I think I mentioned in another video my store doesn't ever have Model Air in stock, and I find that I really have come to rely on a couple of, for my shades, my white and my gray, the Vallejo Model Air. I really like it through the gun, and I've been using it in my army, and I don't like to switch paints midstream a lot, and so that's been a bit of a delay. And then I've had some real life stuff that's been keeping me occupied on the weekends, and so just every other weekend, and so I've had limited time even when I got the paint to really get these done. So yeah, I think they came out pretty good. I did them a little differently than, well, I did the actual bikes themselves very similar to how I've been using that transparent paint. And I like the way they came out. I think they shaded really nice. And of course I did my my thorns, you know, underneath underneath the candy green. So I think it came out the way I was hoping it would. And so the bikes themselves, I did an oil wash on the white, like I have been doing. The actual, there we go, I didn't magnetize them. I just been using these little, just the peg that comes with it, and not really pushing it in too hard, I guess. But the Guardian himself, I did differently than I did the Guardian video I did like over a year ago, for those of you that had seen that. That was towards the beginning of my painting, and I actually used a quick shade over a gray, and my Guardians are a little bit darker than this. I made these guys a bit lighter, like I have with the rest of my army, and this isn't pure white, it's still just a gray, but just a lot of white in the gray. And I just used Null Oil, just did a regular traditional wash over them, and just painted over that again to clean it up, and that's kind of how I ended up doing these guys. I didn't want to do an oil wash on a small model with lots of crevices, because I think it would be, as much as oil is easy to clean up, I think it might be a little bit harder, and I think it might get a bit more of a dirtier look than I'm wanting for the armor. Like if you look in there, you can see it's a bit dirty in there. That's from the oil wash. I like that, you know, on the vehicles. I'm not sure I want that exactly on these guys. So funny thing, and you know, you gotta laugh at yourself. I mean, that's one of my mottos as I get older. But I did about the only thing you shouldn't do with these guys, and that is, this is as you guys know, sorry about that, this is an older set of Guardians. This isn't the most recent set, and so the older set actually has females. You can see the chest plate there, and of course, what did I do? So I've got 2 females in these 6 Guardians, and I've got 2 male heads, and of course, like I wasn't even watching what I was doing throughout this, obviously, because I ended up with 2 male heads each on the 2 female chests, and I thought, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't get this up on my channel, because I'd never live that down. And so yeah, so now really, one of the shuriken cannon guys was supposed to have this guy's head, and he ended up on the other shuriken cannon just with the male chest. And one thing I'll mention here is each of the shuriken cannons, as just a little minor change, I actually gave them targeters for the guys that have the shuriken cannon, and this guy in particular has the Warwalker head. I thought it'd be really cool because he's sort of zooming in, and he's got to be precise with his heavy weapon, and so he's got the Warwalker head with his telecommunications and his targeter. I thought that was kind of a neat touch that I wanted to incorporate, because I had an extra Warwalker head. Wanted to add some variety. The other, I won't call him a dude because it's not. It's like a dudette. Has also the targeter, but it's just a female with the Guardian helmet, because I don't have any female Guardian heads. I don't think that they make any. They probably did one at one point, but I don't have any. And so, what did I do? I didn't do any heavy conversions. I know I said I was going to do some conversions. I didn't do anything major. I did add I actually sliced up this wrist and made it into holding a pistol that I had around. I just wanted just one that was just sort of looking off in the distance and saying, I think I can take that out this way. And let's see, what else? I've got this guy's head. The only thing I use quick shade on is the face, for the two faces. Part of it is I actually just really like the look it brings. I think the quick shade can provide a lot of depth, and it matches the head from the other Guardians I have because I quick shaded them. So I did do that, but that's the only thing I use quick shade on the whole model. And so that's it, really. You know, for you guys that, I'd like to try the Minotaur paints. Honestly, they look really good. But for you guys that can't access them or want to try this one, this is the Createx transparent paint green, and it works nice. Like I think that's nice. For those of you guys that are really into the Minotaur, maybe you can comment, like tell me that like the other one's a lot better, you know, the standard green and the way you can do it. I'm just kind of interested because I can't access it easily. It's just too expensive for me to order it out this way in Canada. Costs about the same amount for the paint. Like, so basically I was looking at a transparent set and it's going to cost me about the same amount to ship it here. So yeah, so these are my bikes. I wanted to join the Eldar fun of Jetbikes because like everybody talks about how good they are, and I've been playing them for a bit now and I've never used them before. I'm going to try to use them tomorrow in a 1,000-point game. Now I can join the fun in having some Jetbikes. I'm likely not going to go any bigger for standard Jetbikes, but I am likely going to get another 3. One's going to be a Farseer, one's going to be an Autarch, and one's going to be a Warlock. Just because I probably buy a box of 3 and it just makes sense to make a Warlock on a bike. And so I'll likely do that as a project in the future. I've got some things to do ahead of that, although that will probably be something I'll do relatively soon. Next up is I've got, for Eldar, I have my Crimson Hunter that's going to be coming up really soon, and I've got more Wraith Guard that I'll be doing, and I'll likely be doing them at a minimum at least just with close combat weapons because I don't have any of these. Are the new models, so it'll be my first time with the new models. Got Space Marines coming up and got some other stuff coming up that I'll talk about in a future video. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Interested in your comments, and it is Friday, so have a good weekend. Cheers.